Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. We all want to communicate, to express something. Some of us in public, some with the people in our daily lives. Speaking gives life to our ideas sometimes. Sometimes, I say, because speaking in vain and not being able to influence disperses our ideas into thin air. Yes, many of us have experienced that when they speak, people don't listen to them. So, what is the reason for this? In this video, we'll talk about the perks of speaking effectively and why some of our talks may not hit the mark. Plus, we'll share tips on how we, as Muslims, can improve our speaking skills. So, don't miss out. Watch the whole video for some useful advice. Speaking serves as a foundational tool for communication, playing a vital role in fostering relationships, forming emotional bonds, and facilitating the sharing of information among individuals. Effective and eloquent communication positively impacts our relationships, fostering deeper connections. Additionally, we can resolve conflict situations effectively through effective communication. For instance, by identifying disagreements and discussing how they can either benefit or harm, we can reach a mutual solution. Speaking is a collaborative effort where the listener becomes our teammate. Effectively speaking, meaning being truly listened to and having an impact, signals our ability to collaborate with others, thereby enhancing our leadership skills. Moreover, imagine how our world would be if everyone embraced the principles we are about to discuss and spoke while keeping them in mind. Ultimately, the decision is yours to make. Dear brothers and sisters, first and foremost, I must emphasize that there are a few habits we need to change. I have identified 5 deadly enemies of effective communication. I believe these are habits that many of us may fall into. We will learn what we can do to break free from these habits. A significant factor that hinders our ability to engage in discussions with others and be open to new ideas is the preoccupation of our minds with predetermined beliefs. This can also make it difficult for us to understand the other person's perspective. Additionally, the fear of being misunderstood by the person we are trying to communicate with can also disrupt communication. A prejudiced attitude undermines a person's confidence in not being misunderstood. Furthermore, prejudice can give rise to another significant communication issue. Situations such as speaking without listening during communication can also complicate matters, as we may not know what to talk about due to our lack of understanding about a particular subject. After all, what meaningful discussion can we have about something we know little about? Another critical aspect impacting communication is our emotional condition. Strong emotions like anger, frustration, or anxiety have the potential to disrupt communication channels. This is due to the fact that experiencing negative emotions diminishes our capacity for empathy and often results in misinterpretations. Succumbing to negative emotions steers us toward the 2 undesirable behaviors we ought to steer clear of. When engulfed in anger, we tend to harbor biases against the individuals we engage with, making us reluctant to lend an ear. Misunderstanding or misinterpreting something hinders us from having a valuable conversation about it. Lastly, I would like to touch upon the issue of trust. If we don't trust someone, we tend not to take their words seriously, don't we? Dear brothers and sisters, as Muslims striving for continuous improvement, let us explore what we can do to find solutions to these problems and to communicate effectively. Number 1. Listening skills help us better understand and learn about the subject. First and foremost, to speak effectively, we must have effective listening skills. Number 2. Imagine how attentive we are when someone says what we want to hear. Truly understanding the other person and delivering a speech that resonates with them is truly beneficial and worth listening to. By empathizing and looking at the situation from the other person's perspective, we can easily understand what kind of words they need. This helps us craft truly needed sentences. Letting go of prejudice and being open to the other person's ideas. Listening to them without judgment and trying to understand lead us to evaluate the person or topic impartially. In the Quran, Allah emphasizes the importance for believers to turn away from speaking empty words. Who shun idle talk. Al-Mu'minun 3. This verse advises us to learn, understand, and refrain from using unnecessary expressions before speaking. Additionally, in a hadith, our Prophet ﷺ advises Muslims, whoever believes in Allah and the last day should either speak what is good or remain silent. Narrated by Bukhari. Number 3. We've learned that anger and frustration are emotional states that negatively impact communication. Now, by focusing on a simple yet fundamental quality, we can calm our intense emotions and enhance our ability to think more clearly. Particularly in tense situations, practicing patience and maintaining composure helps control emotions and fosters an effective communication environment. This leads to more logical and objective thinking, as well as better understanding the other person's perspective. In order to reduce potential conflict risks, maintaining calm communication and engaging in more constructive conversations with the other person enables us to easily resolve disagreements by finding common ground. A calm and patient communication style builds a more trustworthy and respectable image, fostering a sense of trust in the other person. In the Quran, Allah gives glad tidings to those who exercise patience. These servants will be rewarded with the highest place in paradise for their steadfastness. There they will be met with greetings and peace. Al-Furqan 75. They will be given their rewards twice over because they are steadfast, repel evil with good, give to others out of what we have provided for them. Al-Qasas 54. Number 4. Let's discuss another important attribute that we can all adopt to ensure we don't lose critical qualities in effective communication. The thoughts and attitudes of the person we're communicating with may differ from our own. If we don't respect the other person, we won't be inclined to listen, understand, or empathize with them. These are critical qualities for effective communication. A believer treats every individual created by Allah with tolerance and respect. As stated in verse 159 of Al-Imran, by an act of mercy from God, you, Prophet, were gentle in your dealings with them. Had you been harsh or hard-hearted, they would have dispersed and left you. This verse teaches us that no one wants to stay in the face of a bad attitude. When people approach each other with tolerance and respect, they are better able to accept differences and understand each other. This encourages listening and empathy as we make more effort to understand the feelings and perspectives of those we respect. Furthermore, it signifies a sense of trust when people express their thoughts openly and share their opinions freely. By being respectful and tolerant, we instill a sense of trust in others. They feel confident that they won't be judged and can comfortably share what they need. We mustn't overlook the importance of being tolerant and patient to establish effective communication. Number 5. People want to listen to someone they can trust. Being truthful and speaking in a clear manner at all times makes us trustworthy individuals. However, honesty mixed with love is even more beautiful. It's a fact that the person in front of us has flaws. No one is perfect, but revealing them is not always desirable. So we don't have to speak every truth, but we must be honest and straightforward. When speaking, we should be ourselves and rely on our own truths. Speaking truthfully and clearly means that listeners understand us better. Instead of using complex or vague expressions, we can convey our message correctly by using simple and clear language. Expressing relevant topics accurately helps listeners focus on our speech and become interested. Also, being perceived as a reliable speaker increases the value of our words and enhances our credibility. The speech of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was clear and understandable to every listener. Abu Dawud. His words were so clear that those who wanted to count them could easily do so. Bukhari. In the Quran, Allah warns us, "Believers, be mindful of God, speak in a direct fashion and to good purpose." Al-Ahzab 70. Dear brothers and sisters, conveying our message clearly enables us to influence listeners and convey the message we want to deliver. This is an important skill required for effective communication. Effective communication skills are crucial in every aspect of our lives as Muslims. Improving these skills is a responsibility we bear. As we develop them, we enhance our success in both our worldly affairs and in the hereafter. With Allah's permission, truthful and effective communication allows us to positively impact not only our own lives, but also the lives of those around us. To cultivate these skills effectively, we must discipline our nafs. Fasting is a powerful tool for achieving this. I urge you to watch the video to understand how fasting can be truly meaningful for us. If you find the content helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more insights. Assalamu alaikum.